What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into Modern Warfare Zombies, and today I'm bringing you guys the mission guide for all the Act 2 Tier 2 missions. All right, so first up, we have Safecracker. This one is going to be 4 parts. This part 1's asking us to complete a raid weapon stash contract. So once you guys actually infill, you're going to open up your TAC map. You're going to be looking for the contract phone that has what looks like a small safe on it. You guys will ping that, head over to its location, and grab it. At this point, it will send you over to a building, and within that building somewhere will be what looks like a tall weapon safe. You guys are then going to go ahead and interact with this safe. Then once you guys actually interact with it, a progress bar will pop up, which you will have to defend for the duration of that time period. Now during that time period, the only thing you're going to be defending it against is hellhounds and zombies, and it won't take all that long, but eventually you guys will defend it long enough that the progress bar will finish and the safe will open. Once you guys actually get the safe to open, we will actually complete that raid weapon stash contract, knocking out part 1. Alright, so part 2 is asking us to kill 30 zombies attracted by the safe drill. Now this should be pretty straightforward. Once you guys actually interact with the safe, zombies will start spawning in. So at any point the progress bar is on your screen, it should be attracting zombies to the safe drill. You guys won't have to worry about that. And during this progress bar, it'll also probably spawn in well more than the 30 zombies that you need. So as long as you are eliminating the zombies as they're coming in, there's really no reason why you guys should fail part 2. And once you guys are actually able to complete killing the 30 zombies during the progress bar, basically, you guys will be able to knock out part 2. Now, part 3 is asking us to do not allow the safe drill to pause. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this means, as any time that I've done one of these, I've never had the safe actually pause, but I've always stayed within the range of it, allowing that progress bar to continue filling up. So my guess is if you guys leave the progress bar for too long, it will end up pausing the safe, which would then cause you to fail this third part. So just make sure you guys are staying within the range. That way the progress bar stays on your screen. If you are playing with other members in your squad, one of you guys just can stay within the range of the safe. The other one should be able to go anywhere you want, and you guys shouldn't have any issues. I think as long as you guys hang out within the area where the progress bar is showing up through the duration of it, you guys will be able to knock out part 3. Now, part 4 is asking us to exfil with the cryo freeze formula. Now, as long as you've knocked out parts 1, 2, and 3 all within the first contract of your raid weapon stash, you guys should be able to go over to your reward and open that reward section where you guys would then get the cryo freeze formula. Now, let's say you guys go and complete the raid weapon stash contract, but maybe you don't get the 30 eliminations on the zombies, or somehow the safe pauses, is would then have to go complete another raid weapon stash contract, even though you would already have to complete this mission in order for that to possibly pop up in the reward. So for some reason you guys aren't seeing the cryo freeze formula upon completing your first raid weapon stash contract, just go and complete a second one and it should actually pop up. Once you guys are actually able to open the reward and get access to the cryo freeze formula, the only thing left for you to do is go and exfil safely. You'll head over to your nearest exfil safely with this formula in part 4, and this mission will be complete. All right, next up we have Acsension. This one is going to be pretty easy, and it is only one part. It's asking us to use a redeploy drone to free fall or parachute to a different threat zone. Great news is you guys can do this off rips. Once you actually spawn in, you're going to open up your TAC map. You're going to be looking for one of the drones. You'll go ahead and ping it. You'll head over to its location. You guys will go ahead and zip line up to it, which will then send you up into the air where you guys will be able to parachute. Now at this point, you guys should be in the tier 1 zone. You're just going to head over to the orange zone. It doesn't matter where. And as long as you guys free fall or parachute and land somewhere within that tier 2 zone from the tier 1 zone, you guys will be able to knock out this one part and complete this mission. Now I do want to quickly mention, let's just say for example your closest redeploy drone was in the tier 2 zone. You guys could sprint into the tier 2 zone, hit that redeploy drone, then you should be able to fly back to the tier 1 zone as long as you're activating it in the tier 2 zone, and it should also count for this as well. But once you guys are able to make your way from one zone to the other using a free fall or parachute from that redeploy drone, this mission will be complete. All right, next up we have Merc Cleanup. This one is going to be 2 parts and can be a little bit on the tedious end, as part 1's asking us to kill 20 mercenaries in Merc camps. So once you guys actually infill, you open up your TAC map, you're going to be looking for the icon that looks like it has a tent on it. This is going to be the Merc camp, and you guys should see multiple spawn in around your map. So you guys will want to go ahead and find your closest one, ping it, and head over to its location. Now at each of these Merc camps, I found as long as I was able to get there first and no one eliminated any of the mercenaries in the area previously, I would be able to eliminate around 10 of them at just one singular camp. So you guys will head over to one of these camps. If you guys are struggling to eliminate the mercenaries, or you guys struggle with them at all, I do recommend using a sniper rifle or any long range weapon that you would be able to pick them off from a distance. That way they won't really engage with you or shoot back in any way, and you guys will be able to take a majority of them out before actually engaging with the camp. Now like I said, I found it pretty consistent to get about 10 eliminations on the mercenaries at a single camp, so you guys will have to go and visit 2 different mercenary camps, which should not be an issue at all. You guys might just have to travel around your map in order to find them. But once you guys are able to go over to your multiple different camps and eliminate a total of 20 mercenaries in those Merc camps, part 1 will be complete. Now part 2 is asking us to loot 3 Merc camp caches. Now this is where things got a little bit more tedious, as there was only 1 cache per camp that would actually count for progress, and I did also find out that if you are playing with another player, the caches only count for 1 individual, so you would have to do 6 total Merc camps in order to get 6 total caches if you're playing with another person. If you are playing solo, it is more than likely you will have to go to 3 different Merc camps in order to get the specific cache you need to open in order to gain that progress. Once you actually make your way over to a Merc camp and clear it out, you'll then head over to that workbench-like location, where behind that will have a mercenary cache, and in that cache will be specifically the mercenary stronghold keycard and a 2 2-plate vest. If you guys don't go to this specific cache, it won't actually count as progress, and this is the only mercenary cache that I was able to find within the camp that would actually count towards that progress as well. So you guys will have to go to a mercenary camp, clear it of all the people inside, or at least go over to it and get close enough to be able to open this specific cache, where inside again will be that stronghold key card and a 2-plater. Then once you guys actually open this, you guys should get 1 out of 3. Then you'll have to go over to another mercenary camp and repeat the exact same process, going up to that merc cache eventually, being able to open it, same one, same thing inside of it with the mercenary stronghold key card and the 2-plate vest. You guys will then get 2 out of 3. If you guys are playing with another player, you will have to visit 6 different camps in order to knock it out for 2 of you, just to clear up any confusion you might have. So from my understanding, the only cache that will count is the one that is behind that workbench, and any other caches that you guys open will not count towards your progress. Once you guys are able to go and visit enough merc camps to open the 3 different caches that you need to loot, you will knock out part 2 and complete this mission. Next up, we have Reaper. This one is going to be 2 parts, and it's asking us to collect 15 items from Harvester Orbs. In case you guys are confused what these are, they're going to be the purple orbs that float around the map. They don't actually show up on your TAC map unless you get within range, and on your TAC map, they kind of look like a Saturn-like planet. You guys are going to go ahead and be able to find these just by spawning in. Sometimes they're within their area that you spawn, or you guys can jump into a vehicle. I definitely recommend just driving around the tier 1 zone in the areas where traditionally people would spawn in, and you guys should be able to come across one of these Harvester Orbs. Honestly, the most frustrating part about this is that the Harvester Orbs don't actually pop up on your map until you get close to them, so you can't really get any rough idea where they're at. You just have to wander around aimlessly until they pop up on your minimap. The other frustrating part is once you actually get a rough idea of where one might spawn, even if you go into your next match, it's always possible some other team beats you over to that location, or they just end up spawning over there, they destroy the orb, and then there's no orb in sight. Again, the best method for finding these is just jumping into a vehicle. If you have another person, have them open up their map, just drive around in the regular tier 1 zone, and you guys should be able to come across multiple of these. Now, once you guys are actually able to find a Harvester Orb, you're going to go ahead and start shooting at it. Anytime you actually fire at the orb and hit it, it will move locations, dropping a vial of essence behind that you guys will be able to go ahead and pick up. Sometimes it drops other items as well, but typically it will be dropping vials of essence, and the only thing you're going to need to do for part 1 here is collect 15 items dropped from the Harvester Orb. So you guys are going to continue shooting the orb as it continues moving around. Anytime it drops an item, you're going to go ahead and pick it up. Eventually, once you guys have shot the Harvester Orb enough, it will explode, dropping a wrench, typically green or blue, and it will drop other vials of essence as well. You guys should be able to pick up all the items that it drops at the end there, and they will all count towards progress also. But once you guys are actually able to collect the 15 items from the Harvester Orbs, part 1 is then complete. And part 2 is just asking us to destroy 3 Harvester Orbs. So once you guys have actually found your first one, I definitely recommend jumping back into the vehicle, just heading around in locations where you know you spawned before, hoping that once you get in those areas, one of these will pop up on your map. They generally spawn in the exact same locations. I just don't think they spawn in each and every one of those locations every single map. So it is more than likely that somebody might spawn in near one that you already know where it is. You head over to it and it's just not there. So just go in a circle around the outsides of the map and have somebody else with you that can open their map. Eventually, if you guys drive around long enough, you guys should be able to run into enough of these. It is also possible you won't be able to find more than 2 in a singular match, as that was pretty much the luck that I had. But if you guys get extremely good RNG, you might come across 3 of them in a single match. Just manage to destroy all 3 of those Harvester Orbs in part 2, and this mission will be complete. Next up, we have Guardian Angel. This one is only going to be 1 part. It's probably the easiest in this tier. However, there is something you guys are going to want to know in order to knock this out faster. It's asking us to heal operators 20 times with healing aura field upgrades. So you guys are going to go ahead and infill. Make sure you do have this field upgrade already equipped. Once you guys actually make it in, it does help to have squad fill on or have another squad with you, as any additional player that you can get within your range will be beneficial to the progression of this mission. Now, once you guys are actually in and you're able to build up your field upgrade and do have it available, the next step is going to be get as many operators within the range of you as you can. So if, for example, let's say you have squad fill on, you and your 2 randoms will go ahead and try to get near another 3-man squad, or however many other operators that you can, because the more operators you have within your range, when you actually pull the trigger on the healing aura field upgrade, that's how many operators you will heal and how much progress you'll get towards your mission. So let's say, for example, myself and my 2 squad mates find another 3-man squad, and then I activate my field upgrade, I will get 6 total heals on that, giving myself 6 out of the 20 that I need. Then at that point, I can run away, build up my field upgrade again, go back to the same group of people or find another group, stand within range of them again, pop the field upgrade, heal the amount of people that I have within my range, getting myself substantially more progress within a single activation of my field upgrade. If you guys don't choose to use the method of finding other operators on the map, it could take you substantially longer to be able to knock this part out, and you guys will be able to knock it out significantly faster, because if you are able to heal, let's say 5 operators at a time, you would only need to get your field upgrade 4 times. If you're looking to do it with a 3-man, you might need to get it 6 or more times in order to be able to knock this out, which would then burn a substantial amount more time. Once you guys are able to get your field upgrade enough times or find enough friendly operators to activate it with, you guys will then be able to heal the operators 20 times with the healing aura field upgrade, knocking out this mission. Next up, we have our last and final mission, known as Shock. Now, this one is easily the most frustrating in the entire tier, as part 1 is asking us to stun 25 zombies with the Deadwire ammo mod. So first step, you will need to get access to the Deadwire ammo mod mod, which is the one that has the lightning bolt on it. And if you guys don't have access to the schematic, you guys won't be able to just craft one and bring it in. So my recommendation then would be to go in and go to Aether Nest, Strongholds, whether it's the Infested or the Mercenaries, clear those out. You guys will then be able to loot a substantial amount of caches, and within those caches, eventually you guys will come across the ammo mod. But once you guys actually have access to the ammo mod, you'll spawn in, equip it to whatever weapon of your choice. I definitely recommend a weaker one, as it will make it easier to stun the zombies instead of eliminate them, and then you guys are ready to take this on. Now, like we were saying, you do have to stun 25 zombies with this ammo mod, so my recommendation is to not pack a punch at all, equip the ammo mod on a weaker weapon, then head over to the orange zone, where you guys will then be able to go ahead and challenge some zombies. Now, the idea of going to the orange zone is to make the zombies a little bit more overpowered. That way, you guys will be able to stun them instead of eliminate them, because usually in the tier 1 zone, you eliminate them faster than you're able to stun them, which would make this challenge take much longer than it needs to. Now, the idea with these zombies being a lot more overpowered is that you will be able to shoot them and get the ammo mod to activate before you are able to eliminate them. So more than likely, each and every one of the zombies that you are able to shoot, you should be able to shoot them enough to activate the stun. Once they're able to be stunned, obviously you can then eliminate them, moving on to your next zombie, repeating the process. I think it is possible to stun the same zombie twice, but it is very unlikely that you will do so, so you'll probably just want to move on to your next zombie once you get one stunned. Once you guys are able to move from zombie to zombie, again, being that they are overpowered, it should be a lot easier. You should be able to hang out in this tier 2 zone, shooting and stunning the zombies until you guys rack up a whole 25. Once you guys are able to stun the 25 zombies that you need with the Deadwire ammo mod, part 1 will be complete. Now, part 2 is just asking us to stun 5 special zombies with the Deadwire ammo mod. Now, this is going to be a Mangler, Mimic, or a Disciple. My best recommendation for going for this would be to complete an escort contract. If you guys are comfortable doing that in the tier 2 zone, obviously the zombies would be substantially harder. You guys might even be able to knock out part 1 at the same time as going for your special zombies. And normally within a escort contract, you guys will get up to 5 special zombies, sometimes more, and even in some cases a few less, but you guys will be able to make substantial progress throughout that escort. If you guys go back to the tier 1 zone, you guys should be able to do an escort there, and you guys, as long as you're using a weak enough weapon, you guys probably won't be able to eliminate the special zombies too quickly, which will allow you guys to be able to stun them, moving on to your next special zombie, getting through these a lot faster. So my recommendation is once you guys have knocked out part 1 and you're only relying on the special zombies, maybe head back to that tier 1 zone, grab an escort contract. It's going to give you more than enough special zombies, at least to give you guys the opportunities to stun them. Then if you guys are able to stun the 5 within that contract, you'll be able to knock it out super quick. Worst case scenario, you'll have to do a couple of contracts instead of just one, but eventually you guys will be able to stun the 5 special zombies with the Deadwire ammo mod, knocking out part 2 and completing this mission. That's going to wrap things up for today's mission guide. Thank you guys for all support in today's video, all support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.